every time you diet, that metabolism changes, and that can actually raise your set point over time.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And it is not healthy to try to bring that set point down.
Nor is it fun.
No.
I have never seen anybody on a diet being like, this is it. I love this.
Right.
You know, you're grumpy, you're irritable, you're short.
I was cold all the time.
Yes.
Oh, I
It's
hated
just
that.
not healthy.
Yeah,
No, you're missing out on that. Being able to just eat in a celebratory manner every now and then, you know, you're missing out on that as well.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
But most importantly, you're not getting your nutritional needs met if you're dieting.
no.
Diets don't work because you are literally starving yourself, and studies have shown that you will not live as long. The third principle of health at every size is respectful care. So there's a lot of bias in the healthcare industry towards fat people. But when you walk into the doctor's office and you come to them with a health concern, what is the first thing that they tell you?
They tell you to lose weight every time.
I think it's so important that we fight back in a respectful way.
Do you have a way that you fight back?
Well, I have many times not allowed them to weigh me at the doctor's office.
So how do you say that? Like, tell me how that goes.
Yeah. So I'll ask them, do you need to know my weight in order to determine my health today, or
provide care,
or to provide care for me today? And if they say yes, I'll get on the scale backwards. And if they say no, I'll say, well, then let's just skip it.
Stepping on it backwards is a really good way to go.
That's a really smart way to do it.
Yeah, and as you step on it backwards, just say, yeah, please just don't let me know what it is.
Nice.
Right? And if they're not being respectful to you, they don't deserve your respect or your business.
Exactly.
Suzy, do you want to tell us about the fourth principle of health at every size?
I do. It's eating for well-being, which means you concentrate on what your nutrition and what your body needs for you,
and being able to eat to the best of our body. You know, and not, again, goes back to the whole dieting thing and not following. Everybody gets 1,200 calories and has rice 4 times a day. If you're allergic to rice, that's a bad time.
I am allergic to rice.
It's a weird thing to be allergic to.
I know. It's about paying attention to how your body responds to certain foods so that you can choose those foods again in the future. And let's talk a little more about eating for pleasure. I believe that should be the main reason we eat.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Main reason should be for pleasure. There are so many nutritionally dense foods out there that are also pleasurable.
And really going back to, how does my body feel after I eat this?
Tell us about our last principle of health at every size.
The last principle is life-enhancing movement. And I really love that term because it encompasses so much. Life-enhancing. It's not every person has to run a marathon. It's what movement can your body do that you find pleasure and joy in that makes you feel good.
Because I don't do any exercise I don't enjoy. And if you are punishing yourself for having a fat body by going to the gym or doing anything else, right, that you don't enjoy, stop immediately doing that thing and find something, any kind of movement that you enjoy doing. For me, I love ecstatic dance.
Yes.
If you live in Salt Lake, come see me Wednesday nights at the Hare Krishna Temple for ecstatic dance. I'm there a lot of Wednesdays. It is that I'm doing the things that I get pleasure from, you know.
And that makes your body feel good. I do water aerobics 5 to 6 times a week with my sister. And I recently started doing bungee fitness, where you're just attached to from the ceiling to a bungee, and you're doing lunges and jumps. And I always say it's Peter Pan practice. What do you like to do for movement?
Oh, I like dancing a lot. I love ecstatic dance. I also like going and dancing in large social events too. That's a lot of fun. And in the summer, we swim, and that keeps me active. And in the wintertime, I do a lot of crafting.
So I want to just talk briefly about the BMI.
Okay.
and how it's complete and utter bullshit. There's a lot of information out there about why the BMI is bullshit, and I really encourage you all to look it up. Yes. And then just throw out that number, because so many people have now been categorized as obese. Anybody that's in a bigger body is less likely to seek health care.
And I think being able to have these conversations and really take to heart finding movement that's enjoyable to you, looking at yourself as a whole person with access to mental health or finding those accessibilities, you know, being able to eat nutritionally, being able to understand that all bodies are good bodies, like looking at the health at every size truly means at every size.
I think the most important point that we can make about all of this is that you have one body and one lifetime to live in that body, and the worst thing that you can do for yourself is spend it hating yourself and punishing yourself and delaying gratification or delaying joy or delaying pleasure until you fit into the cultural ideal or norm. I want everybody to start loving themselves and living their very best life today.
Not 20 pounds from now, today. Like, especially doing like my boudoir shoot. It wasn't, well, once I'm under 200 pounds or once I refresh my Botox. It was loving and celebrating the body I'm in now for the things it does for me. And honestly, seeing myself through that lens and seeing how other people see me was amazing.
You are art, Kimmy.
We're all art, guys.
Thanks for tuning in, witches. Stay salty.